Our very own Ninja, one of our producers, just told us last week she's pregnant, due at the beginning of July or mid-July. It is. It's like the 14th or 15th,
Yeah.
right? That Ninja is due. So they're thinking about names. I think they have them already set. We don't know anything about them. I started looking at the new names that are around. Like there's a new name that people have chosen, and it's called Chosen. So there's literally a child named Chosen. There's another child that's named Love. And then I learned that Jake has a friend with an unusual name. What's that?
So my cousin has a son named Wise.
Do you know where it came from?
He's a really smart kid.
Well, then there you go.
Well, I mean, that's one way to pick a name, but I've never heard the name Wise before.
Yeah, I remember, what was it? The 80s, where there were some artists that were, that where there was one that had a kid named Moonbeam or something like that.
Moon Unit Zappa. It was Frank
That's
Zappa's
it.
kid,
Moon
right?
Unit.
And
Moon
and
Unit.
her brother had some odd name too, and I cannot remember. Dweezil. Is that a common name? So Dweezil, yeah.
Weasel sounds like a name of today. I don't know why. And now you have Chosen. I kind of like Chosen. Love, that's unique.
It is.
Jake's, what was it, cousin? Wise?
Yeah, Wise. But Chosen came from, supposedly, Cam Newton, who used to be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. He named his son Chosen.
Okay.
And so I guess that's where it started, but it's only just now started to take off because I think his son is 7 or 8 years old, 9, 10, something like that now. So
yeah, well, that's how long it takes for some people to have some things that stick like that,
right.
become a thing. I mean, and the most unique name that I've seen to date now is Scott. I haven't heard Scott, but we have one.
You living under a rock?
I'm here.
Yeah, see? He's here. He's been around. Born, 28 years ago?
Add a few decades to that, but sure.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Okay, so there's all these different names that are starting to come out. Like one person's named their child Chosen. Another one, Love. We're hearing the word Wise. That was Jake's cousin's son, right?
Yes. No, friend's son. I don't know, somebody. Yeah.
Okay. He's one of our producers, and the kid's name is Wise. That's very unique. We're getting some open mics that are coming in through the My HISRadio app.
Good morning, y'all. You're talking about unusual names. We have a friend whose son's name was Soda Pop.
Soda Pop.
You know, I think where that came from. There's a book called The Outsiders, and there was a book and a movie, and one of the characters was Soda Pop. So that's where I'm thinking maybe inspiration came from. He was one of my favorite characters.
That's a name.
Yes,
Soda Pop was the name. Wow.
I think so, yes.
That is amazing. Some texts are coming in at 800-447-7234.
Okay, so this one's going to blow your mind. It's awesome. Jonathan texted and said he went to high school with a guy whose first name was Thank. His sister's first name was Praise. Both of their middle names were Praise the Lord, or just the Lord. So it was Thank the Lord and Praise the Lord.
Oh, I love that.
He said, no joke. That was literally their names. Wow.
That's pretty cool. They really thought that one through.
Yeah, they did.
Here's another open mic that just came in through the My HISRadio app.
Scott's cousin's son being named Wise makes perfect sense to me because before I married my husband, when it was just me, I was thinking that a good name for a child would be Samwise, like Samwise Gamgee in Lord of the Rings, who was the true hero. But, of course, Wise was his middle name, is not his first name. But, that was my thought about that. Have a good day.
Hey, you too. And that's still a part of the name. Wise was still a part of the name. And I never put that together. I remember seeing Lord of the Rings eons ago.
Never seen it.
Really?
Never read it. Never seen it.
Well, I guess it would be a good read. I only saw the movies. Like there was 3 of them, but they are so long.
I was going to say, I think the book is 1,000,000 pages long, so I'm not really sure I'm down with it.
Okay, well, how about Wise? Is Wise okay?
Wise is awesome.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Man, the weather. That was just something yesterday. I'll be honest with you. There was like a lot of rain. There was just so much rain that was happening. I'm like, where is all this rough stuff? is it ever going to happen? There was a lot of rain. I mean, my backyard, I could have taken our canoe and go through it. There's so much rain. It's just a mud pit in our backyard right now. But I'm sitting in the kitchen with Amy. I'm getting ready to go off to a worship rehearsal. And she's like, "Yeah, there's no wind or anything." And then all of a sudden, the wind starts up.
Here I am.
Right?
Well, I'll tell you, Kelly said yesterday, and the alerts kept going off and all that. She said her house was surrounded almost in the side yard and in the front yard by water, and the drainage ditch that is behind her house, that was kind of messing up as well. And then Kristen was talking about, all the alerts that were going off yesterday as well. And she said where she lives, it looked like a hurricane came in, but not from the coast as it usually does, from the other way.
Yeah, right? Yeah, some people likened it to like cyclone and hurricane and stuff like that, typhoon. I mean, it's all the stuff that was coming through. It was just a mess.
It was rough.
Hey, Scott opens up his front door, and what happens?
There was a package on our front stoop there, and I grabbed it, and I looked up, and all of a sudden the rain just starts swirling around like crazy. It's really dark, and then a few minutes later, it just stops. It still rains, but the wind and all the swirliness is gone. And about that time, a tornado warning came up on my phone for our area. So I don't know if we got brushed by something or maybe a microburst or something, but it was pretty rough there for a while.
I think it's the latter. It sounds like a microburst to me. I'm not a meteorologist, but I've been through a few microbursts in my day. That's what
They're
it's
wild.
Yeah.
Well, what was really cool was after it kind of all went through and then seeing the clouds as they were moving off, it was stunning. It was beautiful. The calm after the storm.
Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of liken it to when you go through a storm in life, because when you're in the storm, it's not pretty. And then all of a sudden, when you're through the storm, you see the beautiness of it, just like the weather. That's something else. The way that the sun was just sparking off the tops of
clouds,
the clouds and how beautiful that looked, kind of likens it to when you go through a storm of life and how God's there for you, and it's beautiful on the other side.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I love Trivial Pursuit. I love to play it. I can't get anybody to play with me. Usually at the house they want to play something else, so I don't get to play it that much. But now I can play an online version. It's from Hasbro. They just introduced it, and it's like an AI version. So it kind of gets to know you and the things that you are interested in or knowledgeable about, and then that's how it generates the questions.
Yeah, but then it wants to beat you.
Oh, it always wants to beat you. But see, for me, it would... I don't know why, but for some reason, when we play Trivial Pursuit, I'm always good at entertainment. I get that one, so I always get the little pink triangle. But I'm usually good at sports and history as well.
Well,
sports,
listen,
I don't get.
Liz is one of the smartest people on the planet that I know. I know a few that knows all this stuff and all this knowledge. I will never play Trivial Pursuit or anything that you have to use brains in against Liz, because she will smack me down every time.
Not at all. I know a lot about. No, sorry. I know a little about a lot.
Oh, come on.
No, because I don't know the little details of things, but I know enough to have a conversation about it.
No, she's smart. Let me tell you, she's smart. Scott's the second smart. When it comes to Trivial Pursuit or anything that you have to activate your brain knowledge, I'm out. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way I cannot wait. I'm so competitive, I get mad.
Are you going to flip the Trivial Pursuit game on me?
You see the game pieces go everywhere. I think about favorite family games. I can do, Life. That's easy
love that
enough.
one.
I could do Monopoly. Scott was telling me about a card game that's like Monopoly.
Yeah, I got it for my kids this Christmas. I'm trying to find some games for us to play, before my daughter goes off to college. So, how Monopoly can get really stressful, it can get, drag out a little bit. It's called Monopoly Deal, and it's a card game. And same premise, you try to collect, I think it's only 3 properties of the same color. And then you have, money cards that you play, but it only takes maybe 30 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it's just kind of a shortened, condensed version of Monopoly in a card version.
Never heard of it.
That. So the game pieces and the board is out of the equation.
No.
Cards.
Yeah. Just cards. Monopoly Deal. It's really fun.
I heard something about a taco card game.
Huh?
Taco Burrito.
That's it.
Yeah. We have that too. We're trying to figure that one out. It's a little quirky, but a lot of our friends have it and have played it and have recommended it. But we're still getting the hang of it.
What's the deal? You looking for like the condiments? Like I'll pay you $500 for the sour cream. Like what's the deal?
It's like a food fight. So at the beginning, you pick a taco or a burrito, and it's like a holder for your cards, right? And then there are like fight cards, food fight cards, and you can play these cards to do things to your competitors. So it's a little complicated, but it's supposed to be really easy. But somehow we haven't figured it out yet. We're trying.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So here's this guy who likes to work on things. I don't know if he's like a carpenter, but he kind of, does a little odds and ends and things like that. Has a tool desk. A work
like
desk,
a workbench, yeah.
Yeah, work. That's the word I'm looking for. A workbench. And he noticed that when he gets up in the morning and goes back in, things are put away. He's like, wait a minute. I thought I left this out and this out. I'm not this clean. He knows he's not this clean. And this went on for several days. He's like, what in the world is going on? How come I wake up in the morning and all my stuff is put away? What's going on? He gets a camera. He sets it up. He watches it the next day. And lo and behold, there is something that is cleaning up his tool bench.
And it's not his wife, and it's not his son or daughter. It's an actual mouse. So here's how it plays out in my head is the mouse is sitting in its little hole watching Rodney do his thing. And then Rodney walks away, maybe for dinner. And the mouse is like, you've got to be kidding me. You left all your stuff out again. And so I
live here.
I know. The mouse goes up to the workbench and is like, okay, well, I'm just going to put this in. Because he's left a box on top of the workbench. The mouse actually puts this stuff in the box and tidies things up. They've even started calling him or her, the Welsh tidy mouse.
Isn't that great? I love that. Now, here's the thing. In my mind, when I was hearing this, I'm thinking, oh, he's putting the saw back up. He's putting the hammer away. He's not that strong. But he picks up all the nails and the little nuts and stuff like that and puts it in the box, every single one of them, and cleans up the desk or the workbench. It's the craziest thing to see.
It is the craziest thing, and not just stuff that is right there at the box. He even goes across the workbench and picks up what looks like a dowel and carries it across oh my goodness, I'm doing this again.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
This is his radio, and Elvis is back in the building. Well, a hologram version of him. He's on the stage in England as an A.I Elvis.
It's so weird. My mom is such a huge Elvis fan. Back in the day, she had a beanie that was Elvis, and it had a little propeller or something on the top. It was weird. Anyway, back as a hologram, why would you pay tickets or money for tickets to see a hologram?
So here's the thing. Well, some of these are pretty lifelike. And they're better than the what do you call it? The robotatronics that are at Disney.
Oh,
how they had
animatronics, yeah.
The President's Hall where they have the presidents and they're all, that kind of a thing. Those are almost lifelike if you're not up close. This is supposed to be it's the real deal that's up on stage right here when it comes to this. But here's what I'm thinking. Those who were able to see Elvis back in the day, went to a real concert, watched him on TV with all those movies. If they see this, what are they going to think? Because I don't think anybody who'd never have heard of Elvis or probably has heard of Elvis and maybe was exposed to him a little bit through movies or whatnot, when they see him, it's oh, okay, yeah, that's the thing. But if somebody's heard him and if somebody has seen him, physically in a concert somewhere, I don't think it's going to be the same.
No, I don't think so either. One of the big things that Elvis did, believe me, I watched many an Elvis special with my mama, is he would take these white scarves, he would get the sweat off of his neck and his brow, and then throw it to the women in the audience.
Ew.
I don't think the hologram's going to do that. However, if it does, they'll certainly be a little more sanitary.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Okay, so there's this whole AI thing. Elvis back on stage like a hologram in England, right? And so we were wondering, is this going to be like the real deal or not? Some open mics started coming in through the My His Radio app. Here's one of them.
Morning. I went to an Elvis impersonator concert or show probably about 25 years ago. That guy did exactly what you said with the scarf, and I caught the scarf, and I still have this white scarf to this day, and I have it tucked away in my dresser drawer. Anyway, have a great day.
That sounds like the coolest experience. Although Elvis sweat in the dresser.
Right. Well, it's Elvis impersonator sweat in the dresser is what she has.
That's not even Elvis sweat that's in there. But what cool experience to go and see that back in the day. Here's another open mic that just came in through the My His Radio app.
Good morning, Rob and Lizz. And hey, Jake.
Wait a minute. Stop it right there. Is that Jake's mom?
I think that's Jake's mama.
Right. Jake, is this your mom? Hold on. Let me play the beginning again.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rob and Lizz. And hey, Jake.
That's your mama, Jake?
Mm-hmm. What? He doesn't know his own mom's voice?
I guess he doesn't know his mama's voice.
Okay, so here's the rest of it.
I'm a huge Elvis fan, even though he died the year I was born, but my mama and my granny raised me to be a huge lover of all things Elvis. So that said, I'm really particular about people that portray him in movies or, any type of quote unquote recreation of Elvis. So I think I would be kind of snobby about the AI version of him.
See, and I would too.
Yeah, I wonder if she liked the guy that was just now. He just played Elvis. I cannot think of that guy's name, but I thought he did a great job.
I think that movie's on Netflix right now.
I think
it's
so.
Streaming on some service. I saw it there and I went, I saw the movie once and I'm like, okay, that's all I need to see that. Because I wasn't a huge Elvis fan at all.
I was, just because of my mama, and I'm the one who broke the news to her that he passed away, and so it's just ingrained in my brain like that whole time period.
I'm sure. Yeah. Now you get to be the one that breaks the news that he's a hologram in England.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So yesterday, it was kind of a rough weather day, and I just needed to calm down just a little bit. And I found this video, and it was of a couple of pandas. Now, this is from a couple of years ago, but it is just a feel-good video of the day, I think. And it's Mei Xiang and Tian Tian who were at the National Zoo. And it had snowed. And they were out playing in the snow. Just a couple of big old pandas doing their thing. So you have one that kind of slides down this little, I don't even know if it's a ravine or some sort of hill, on its back, just loving the snow. Another one starts rolling down a hill, just playing. And it is so sweet. It will calm you down and just make your heart just, I don't know, all tingly and warm.
Scott was talking about this video the other day.
It is so peaceful to watch. I would love to be a panda if I could just acquire a taste for bamboo, eat all day, and roll around in the snow. That would be a life.
Listen, they're mean, though. Pandas are mean. You don't want to go out there playing in the snow with them because they'll hurt you.